Rouse here, back again with another daily dose of health, wealth, and vibe, bringing y'all nothing but God vibe energy. Today's topic, I want to talk about friendship. In society right now, we're moving more toward a individualistic mindset, but it's not necessarily about individuality. It's more so about being individuals while coexisting, right? It's not about independence or codependence. It's about independently coexisting, if you will. And a part of being able to do that to the best ability that you can is first knowing yourself first and foremost. That's always number one. But it's the people you surround yourself with, mainly the people you call your friends. And more often than most people will admit, the majority of us will be affected by the impressions, the mentality, the emotional nature, and etc. of our friends or our circle. So it kind of led me to want to make this video. So what exactly is friendship? Well, it's basically just unity between friends, right? In the basic sense. But obviously it's different with every person, every group of people. Different friendships are defined by different things. And so from that standpoint, I think it's necessary first, after, like I said, you first establish that first block of understanding who you are and what you want out of the world and from people in the world, and what you want from yourself, more importantly. Then ask yourself, what kind of friendship do I have with my friends that I've established, right? I think it's highly important to evaluate that because like I said, a lot of our actions can. A lot of us don't want to admit how much we're peer pressured, right? And a lot of us don't care that we're peer pressured because a lot of us think that we're doing good by being good to people that we call friends, right? But you gotta really think about, like, is someone truly my friend if, based off of the requirements that I've set for my life, if these things aren't being reciprocated, right? What type of friendship is that? So the main question. So I wrote some things down, but I said, what role does reciprocity play in friendship? So essentially, what are you getting? Reciprocity is input for your output, right? What you're getting back in return for an investment, essentially. So or it's just a cycle of it going back and forth, pretty much. But you got to think to yourself, like, what are you getting in return for your relationships or your friendships? What type of reciprocity exists there? I'll be honest and transparent. I've tried to be the best friend that I could be to some people in my life, and after a while, I had to realize that I wasn't getting in return what I wanted for my investments. Now, I don't make friends with people just to get nothing back, but I have a very logical mind, and from that standpoint, I understand that although that's not my intention, I still expect something in return. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and for me, I always say this, like, I either need the debit or the credit, right? And all friendships ain't based off nothing that requires debit or credit, but that's been the theme in my life. So I say I need either or. If you're not gonna give me the debit, I need the credit. And if you're not gonna give me the credit, I definitely need the debit. And if you ain't trying to give me either one for my contributions to this dynamic or whatever we got going on, then I'm gonna pick and choose which one I'm gonna take. So reciprocity is definitely a thing that people need to become more comfortable with. It doesn't make you selfish because you have intentions and you have expectations for your actions, right? Because you're submitting energy to someone else, hoping to get something in return. And at least maybe that was just me, but I never did things for nothing in return. But I expected a certain amount of, I guess, reciprocity based off the mutual respect that was there, but that's not always the case. And then, because of those things, sometimes I gotta separate from friends. Sometimes I gotta have a conversation with these friends, and sometimes we gotta make them understand what's going on. And then sometimes, you just gotta chalk it up and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a thing that needs to be understood. Um, which kind of leads to my next question. It's like, how do you deal with your friend's evolution, right? And evolution doesn't always necessarily mean a good thing, right? Evolution could be like just how your friends have transitioned from when you guys first established this friendship to where you guys are right now, right? And I say that just depends on the nature of the friendship. Like I said, it depends on what you thought that you were getting back for. And first of all, make sure the investment that you think that you are investing, the energy that you're investing, make sure you're really doing that. Make sure it's a true investment and you're not just assuming these things, because sometimes we can think we're doing something, that we mean something to people, and they don't even look at it like that at all. And you could really be doing that, and they just haven't been conscious enough, or they're not at that consciousness level yet to understand what you're contributing. Or sometimes they know what you're contributing and they're manipulating you, or using you for what you contribute into their life. So, just first become conscious. But I say you evaluate how your friends transition with you or by themselves or whatever within the friendship dynamic, based off of, your expectations, what you signed up for, essentially. You know what I'm saying? If you got friends who are evolving, and it seems like the more that you're contributing, the bigger their ego is getting, and it seems like the smaller you're getting, then that's probably an issue. And even in them cases, sometimes you can't really blame them. You're gonna have to accept responsibility for you being the way that you are, which isn't a good or bad thing. It's just you understanding who you are and trying to change that. You know what I'm saying? Or just do something about it at least. Sometimes, your friends are transcending in a good way, and they're evolving in a good way. And even within that, their stardom may look bigger than yours, right? But if you're humble and if you're a true friend, that shouldn't matter, right? And also, if they're a true friend, they'll help you evolve just as much as as they're evolving. So that's another key element as well. Don't be around people who say that they're investing this or that, but it's really a selfish nature behind their investment. That serves no one any good. Especially won't serve you any good, because they're gonna get to where they need to be based off of using you, and you're gonna be left feeling used and abused, right? So that's just my message, man. We in 2021. A lot of shit going on in the world, but it's more importantly, there's things going on with us internally, man. So let's always just lock in and make sure that first checking in with ourselves and with our own expectations about life, and then from there, as we establish our friendships and our circles and our villages or our tribes or our communities, make sure these people exhibit characteristics and a moral compass that definitely resembles or reflects yours, or at least where it's headed. You guys could do that collectively. It's your guy Rouse here, man. Like I said, back with another daily dose of health, wealth, and vibe. Always bringing God vibe energy. Please like, share, subscribe. Tune in for more. We're coming in with more daily game, more knowledge, more wisdom. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. I love learning just as much as I love teaching or talking. You know what I mean? Y'all have a blessed one.